Oh, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is dope. I'm not just speaking, out of my mouth right now. This is legit my favorite artist.
Right.
And to my surprise, he's here while I'm wearing it, and I can actually get this print today.
Right.
Cosplays by Shinobi here, Cosplay Alliance, and we're at ECCC. And I'm not just speaking, out of my mouth right now. This is legit my favorite artist.
Much respect.
Mark is the visual. If you don't know his work, you should follow him. It's amazing. And look, it's amazing. I didn't even know he was going to be here. So to my surprise,
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing this right here.
Yes. He did it. He went and did it.
So he has a series. Every October is called Swaptober. He will swap the gender on different superheroes. I saw this Rogue and I had to get it done.
Right.
And to my surprise, he's here while I'm wearing it, and I can actually get this print today.
Right.
You really have a unique style.
I appreciate it.
And if I see a photo without seeing that it's yours, I know that it's yours. How long did it take for you to develop that?
The weird thing is I never set out to create a style. And it wasn't until maybe I was right before I graduated high school. I had like a week with a college professor, and she was teaching us how to draw. And she was like, don't worry about a style. She says, you're going to spend the next 20 plus years working from reference and referencing other styles and learning other things. And this, she says, before it's all said and done, you're going to piecemeal, what you like and don't like. So then your style will become solidified at that point. She's like, everything you're doing now, I'm in high school. She's like, you're going to become an adult, go through things, go through life, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and you'll gravitate towards a style as you get to what you like, what you feel communicates you. And so I was doing that. I just didn't realize it. I was basically trying to imitate. When Spawn came out, when Jim Lee was drawing X-Men, when Greg Capullo was drawing Spawn, Joe Mad. I think I studied Joe Madureira the most when he was drawing X-Men, because I could actually afford to buy comics myself. So, but he had an Eastern kind of anime mixed with American, Western style of comics, and I loved it. I wasn't the only one. There was a ton of other people that loved his art style, but I'd never in my mind said I wanted to actually. I didn't want his style to be my style. I was studying, trying to figure out how the hell can he draw this way, and I'm like, I'm trying to draw like he does. But that was just, if you go to a martial arts school tomorrow, you're not gonna walk into a dojo and be like, I want to do my own style of martial arts. No, you're gonna learn their style. They're gonna teach you the basics. Years later, you're gonna hopefully be adept at their style. They'll give you the belts as it's appropriate and say, hey, you graduated in our style. Go on about your way. And you'll hopefully say, you know what, I like this about their style, but I don't like none of this. And Bruce Lee did the same thing. He had 3 different masters and actually said, I like these things, but I'm going to adjust it. And he created Jeet Kune Do. That was his own style, but it was an amalgamation of everything he was taught and everything he learned on his own, and he meshed it all into one style. So that's exactly what you see. I didn't know when it happened. So if you ask me when I came up with this, it's weird, because I know I can go as an illustrator. I can do cartoon. I did portraits for 4 years, like only portraits, as realistic as possible, and I hated it. I can do comic. I can do animation style, all of that. So when you say what's my style, I don't know. It's I get to pull in everything I've learned, and then I can select. Say, you know what, I wanted, so Tuskegee Airs, for instance, this style was supposed to feel animated and comic at the same time. So that's what I settled on when I actually, started doing the actual book. There's not a lot of heavy blacks throughout the book. And that's because I wanted it to feel as if it was, something on TV. So that style is based on animation. But it is influenced by comic as well, because we're making a comic. So that's the kind of thing where I'm like, I get to pick and choose to make a style. So, I don't know. I try to tell artists now, I'm like, don't worry about a style. Even if they're an adult, if you're learning to draw, you're going to spend a good 5+ years just perfecting line, shape, lights, shadows, anatomy, you name it. So don't worry about your style, because you're learning art. And you're going to take influence from multiple different, sources. So, yeah. But I can't tell you what happened with me. I don't know when it happened.
Well, thank you. That's some insight from an artist.
Yeah.
And honestly, the other thing I really like about your work is the representation, how you represent black people. It's always powerful. It's always showing us just in the best way possible. Was that something that you intentionally do?
Absolutely. Well, it's weird to say it. Black people are everything you just said. It's almost to say I'm representing it means, and this is a real problem. You can learn how to draw black and brown characters, but if you don't think black and brown is beautiful, it won't come out that way. And you have black artists that are not great at rendering black characters. So there's Marvel artists, there's animation, artists in the actual industry. They don't actually like black. They don't like themselves sometimes, but they got the job. So when they draw, this hurt my heart. I'm watching something on Disney Plus. I'm watching Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Don't play. Go watch that show. It's dope. That's not the problem. It was after me and my kids finished Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, Disney Plus gives the suggestions at the bottom, right? And it's something, it was something regarding Riri. It was something Rising, Marvel Rising. And it was based on Riri's story, I guess, her story arc, Ironheart, whatever. And I'm like, why does she look, baby, push that. And we get in, and I'm not joking, man. I was like, when they started saying Riri, I was like, no, that's not Riri. Her skin tone it looks like she looks Hispanic. I don't know what the hell they did with the hair. I was like, that's not Riri. Come on, who did this? And my daughter's laughing the whole time. I'm like, baby, what does she look like to you? Does that look like a black kid? She does not even look black. The little I don't know his name in the cartoon, but the young Captain America Falcon mixture, he doesn't even look black. I'm like, who's doing this? Who's making these decisions? But that's the little stuff. They're in the industry. They're doing the cartoon, and someone is saying, well, you can lighten her up. Riri's, why? I don't understand. But that's the thing where I'm like, if you don't understand what it looks like, or you don't believe black is beautiful, you don't believe they're strong, powerful. My mom is one of the strongest humans I know, and so I know black women are strong. From firsthand experience, all my aunties are strong, all my sister-in-laws, everybody I know says my mother is this pillar, or my grandmother, So I'm just rendering what I know to be true, regardless of what everyone else in the industry does. I'm gonna render it the way I want to see it. Storm is another case, man. I love Storm. I do not love what they're. It's complicated. I love the potential of Storm in Marvel Comics. If they give me the helm, Marvel, I would love to really just elevate her to the status. She should not be only an X-Men. She should be superstar status, man, all over the world. Storm, Aurora as a character, all of her culture, all of her wonderful personality, character-driven. She's a beautiful character, and they got her like down here as, oh, you're second in command sometimes. Huh? Scott can't freeze a whole country. He can't drown somebody's whole village. Stop it. But she's comfortable for some reason. I'm an X-Men, and sometimes I'm the co-leader. That's ridiculous. So, but to bring in her culture, she's a Kenyan woman. She has all of these wonderful heritage. No one's, or they're scraping the surface. They're trying to. And I'm like, all right, I see where you're going, but she's had a perm for only 30 years, so, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know how black women hair work, she got rain coming down. It's going to kink up. It's going to kink up after a little bit, moisture in the sky. If I was married for 14 years to a black woman, I know how hair works. So I have Storm Styles posters that feature different hairstyles for Storm. It seems small, but you let a woman fan of Storm tell it. They're like, yo, yes, a blowout for Storm. I'll take it. That's what I love it. But it's because there's no representation for that in Marvel Comics. They're white writers or white editors. They don't value that, so they don't show it. I would love to fix it.
Marvel, you hear it. This is your guy right here. This is your guy. Now, I will say, your Storm, I love the Storm with the dreads. When you talk about looking at different people's style stuff, I drew a photo of Storm, and the hair was literally based on one of your pictures. So I understand exactly what I was like, that's Storm right there. That's how she looked.
And that could be a Thursday. That could be a month for Storm, because that's how black women can transition. 2 months, all right, I want to switch it up. And it's fine to get a perm. I ain't saying nothing wrong with perm. It's okay. She's just had one for 30 years. And she's a weather mutant. And humidity doesn't work that way with black people. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Well, I want to appreciate you for sitting down with me for a little bit. Like I said, you're my favorite artist. And there's another Swaptober. Actually, no, it's not Swaptober. He has another artwork that he's done that I am committed to doing. And we've already talked about it. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but you're going to see it when it's done. It's dope. Trust me. Trust me. Thank you.
Brother, good to see you, man.
And tell them everybody where they can follow you on social media.
Marcus the Visual, all one word, Marcus the Visual. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Sometimes I'm bad at that. I have not posted enough on TikTok. I'm gonna get there. Okay, I got some videos, but go to my website, it's marcusthevisual.com. For Tuskegee Airs, HEIRS. It's a wonderful play on words, obviously. But TuskegeeAirs.com is where you can actually pick up our issues of the book. And we're adding apparel. We got some stickers and some calendars coming. So all ages book. It is for the family. The parents can read it. The kids can read it. Everybody can read it and enjoy it. We wrote it that way on purpose. They look up to the history of the Tuskegee Airmen, but it's set in the future 80 years from now. So you get some, cool jets that transform into mechs. I can show that on camera just so y'all can see what's happening. Little stuff like this. You get a jet, transform into the mech. So I'm a huge anime fan. But you won't see 5 young black people doing this in Japanese anime. So might as well make it. So that's the good stuff. Yeah.
Representations matter. Go support the artists. Marvel, don't sleep.